Nobody wants to think about their home insurance, but it's not as complicated as you think. With Allstate, making the switch and saving is easy and fast.
Check Allstate first. You could save $574 on your home insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Hey there, handsomes. We've got some exciting news to share. In-person tickets for our show in Toronto sold out so fast, but starting today, you can get a live stream ticket to watch this special international edition of Handsome from anywhere in the world.
That's right, Handsome, streaming live from Canada anywhere in the world on August 24th. It's going to be a major in-person reunion for us, and we can't wait for you to be a part of it too.
I got to decide what I'm going to wear. I'm getting really pumped.
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to wear?
I don't know. It's summertime in Toronto, so I got to think...
So nude?
Yeah, I got to think something nude.
So get your tickets and come join us, or watch it from anywhere in the world. Just go to our social media pages for the ticket link. The show is August 24th, and we'll see you there.
Handsome, chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod.
Cheers. Welcome to the Handsome Pod.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Fortune Feimster. I don't know if you needed to know that.
No, I do. I'm my memory is going. And who are you, little guy?
I'm May Martin over here.
I'm Tig Notaro. Oh my gosh.
And we're handsome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was saying good morning, but you're already into lunchtime hour over there.
Yeah, but I slept in. I had a show last night, so I slept in. So it feels morning to me.
Mm-hmm.
I just found a place that has a biscuit.
Ooh,
and I love biscuits, and they're not easy to find in Canada.
No, that's unusual.
And this tastes like a Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuit.
Ooh, where's
inside
the
at a coffee shop.
Damn.
Well, which coffee shop?
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't remember the name of it.
Well,
you just know there's a biscuit.
Castle's in the name.
Okay.
Castles.
Yeah.
White Castle?
Yo, I discovered this place called White Castle. So that made me very happy. It reminds me of home.
My breakfast, and in fact, my morning, I think I've been excited to tell you guys because I think I think I'm going to garner a lot of approval and support from you guys.
Oh my God.
I know.
Were you treading water?
Well, so I'm in Santa Barbara, just since last night. This morning, what did I have when I woke up? Wild blueberries.
Oh,
your fave.
Tig's fave.
With steel cut oats.
How amazing was it?
It's so amazing. Like some raisins. It was so fresh and clean and good.
Yes, sir.
A splash of some almond milk, but then I tread water for 15 minutes. Let me tell you, I was zonked. I don't know how you're doing an hour. I've never tread water before. I am wiped.
Really? After 15 minutes?
Yes.
That is precious.
I know. I don't know if my cardio.
But it's a good start.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you being positive.
Well, I think I started with 15 is what I'm saying.
I thought I'd be fine because I lift weights, but I guess my cardio is garbage. I was like,
well, I started at 15 as well.
Yeah.
And then I moved up in 15-minute increments.
Okay.
Did Parvati join you?
No, she was sleeping.
What made you decide?
I woke up, I couldn't sleep. I woke up super early and we're in this hotel and the pool was empty and it's heated and it's kind of like a cold day.
Yeah.
Like it's gray. And I thought, damn, that looks good. I
love a nice heated pool.
Yeah. I could have done laps or something, but I was like, this will be, I wanted to see what it was like.
At what point did you start to get miserable?
Oh, pretty quick. I was like, I'm bored. And then
that's why I listen to a podcast or something.
Next time
So there will be a next time.
Yeah, now I'm like, it's a challenge to myself. I got to get up to an hour, but I don't
know. I can't wait to follow this story.
I don't have a pool, so it might be like 2025 that I'm.
You can go jump. You can go jump in mine.
Really?
Yeah, you can jump in mine too.
While you guys are not there, I'm going to scale the wall. And
Jax will let you in. She's home.
Okay. I'll give you the code.
Great.
Now it's a competition.
Yeah.
Whose pool are you going to get into?
What neighborhood are you in?
Yeah.
I could do both in one day.
That's so cool. Look at you being healthy eating blueberries. I'm like, I had a biscuit.
Now, may I have more questions? What
Yeah.
else was in your oatmeal? Talk to me about it.
Well, and I'll say, like, I think the reason I wanted to be really virtuous was we got to this hotel last night and I think we drank like a bottle and a half of red wine last night. And
You were
ate, like,
thirsty.
we were so thirsty.
Yeah.
And we
Make my
had
grape juice.
like a loaf of focaccia with olive oil and then like a
Ooh.
full 3-course meal. So I woke up feeling rotten and like
Rotten.
rotten and I needed this. And so I had there were simply raisins, a splash of almond milk, and some sliced almonds. And then we're talking blueberries, wild blueberries and blackberries.
I think I know what hotel you're at, and that's a nice romantic getaway.
It's nice. We just both are, we can work from wherever and we're about to be apart for a while. So,
And
Oh,
so
yeah.
are we not saying what hotel?
well, I guess by the time this comes out, people can
you will be
swarm it.
gone.
Look at, look.
Isn't it a Belmont?
Yeah, El Encanto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've stayed there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice.
It's really nice.
Yeah, super nice.
I didn't get in the pool when I was there, though. That a big mistake. I didn't know about treading water yet. Tig had not.
Guess who did get in the pool?
You did.
Yes, it did.
You've stayed here too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
absolutely.
So
They're very
when
dog friendly. Biggie had a blast.
Biggie had a blast.
They had a dog menu.
I love
so
that.
we ordered him chicken and rice
Oh.
off the dog menu. Their
Oh
only
my
rule
God.
was the dogs can't sit in your lap, which is fair. So they brought out a giant dog bed for him.
And pulled it up next to the table?
Put it on on the ground.
That
I
is
love that.
hilarious. Like, how do you decide on this rule here?
I know.
They're like, he can have his own menu. Do not put him in the chair.
And his own bed.
Yeah.
The bed was like the biggest dog bed I've ever seen.
That is hilarious.
When we pulled up yesterday, I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And there were all these people coming out of a wedding reception and they were all kind of staring at us and they looked really miserable. And I was like, what a miserable wedding. And then it turns out it was a memorial and I felt real bummed.
Oh.
You're like, I wish these people would have more fun.
Yeah, I literally audibly was like, I hope my wedding's not like that. They're so depressed.
That's an odd place to have a memorial, though, too.
Totally.
Because, I don't know, don't be bumming the guest out.
When people are treading water next to you.
Hey, guys, can you move that memorial over a little bit? You're bumming us out.
A little more. A little more.
My dog's trying to eat his chicken rice.
You're bumming my dog out. I have some weird news.
Great.
I was invited to something that is really interesting.
The Met Gala.
Bit of a
A
curveball.
threesome.
What did you say? Met Gala?
We
And
have
then
Met
you-
Gala, threesome.
threesome.
I'm going to
Okay.
say seance.
Oh,
No.
a seance?
No.
Um,
There's no world you're going to guess this.
Something with for animals.
No.
A doggy birthday party.
No.
the opening of a new bird sanctuary opened by Maura Tierney.
Oh.
Yes.
I knew I'd get it.
Yeah.
Carrie Russell has invited you to her home for lunch.
No, I have been invited. There's, I guess, some other comedians that were invited to this. To the Vatican.
Whoa!
my God.
What?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Well, the Pope, does
I got a
the
call
like.
from the Pope.
Yeah, I got an invite from the Pope.
Oh my God.
He does his audiences, where he speaks to the people, and he's doing one on humor and
Oh.
the importance of humor and changing minds.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Are you going to
Yeah.
go?
I wasn't going to, but then I got, Jim Gaffigan called and was like, "Hey, I'm going." He was like, "Are you going?" And I
Well, he's
said,
a big
"Oh."
Catholic. That tracks.
I was raised Catholic, but in a
really?
very non-Catholic way.
And are you allowed? Are you allowed to go?
Well, I was invited.
You gotta go. Well, also,
Well, so now I'm going to, because I was like, well, there's a gaggle of people going, and
Yes, this is going to
Yeah.
be an insane story. And you're going to be
Wow.
with a random group of comedians in Rome. Like, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's this summer.
It's in a few weeks.
Oh my God. What are you going to wear?
Yeah, pretty little lady. Are you gonna have your heels on?
I don't know what I'm gonna wear. I guess, maybe
They
I'll
don't be letting them dykes up in that Vatican, you know.
maybe I'll wear a
what?
suit and a fake mustache.
Yes. Will you get to meet him personally, do you think?
I believe
I would
so.
think
Fuck
so,
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
There must be a protocol, like you got to curtsy or like kiss his hand or something. I wonder.
Tug on his robe.
Tug on
I
his
don't know.
robe.
I
give
mean,
it a little-
people be lining up for hours trying to just kiss his hand.
Yeah.
That'll be me.
So
Yeah.
if you get a chance to have like a moment alone with him, the thing that I would love to get some intel on is
Do you want me to say your
this
what
little tranny little cowboy.
No, what did you say to
Oh, your legacy will be
yeah,
great.
your legacy will be great. Yeah.
Listen, you might.
Oh my God, I'm going to say that and I'm going to record myself saying that.
Yes, because you think
And I'm
you're
gonna
going to be
bring-
cool. And then you're going to be starstruck and you're going to say something.
I feel confident I'm not going to be starstruck.
I'm confident of that
I'm
too.
confident. I wouldn't be starstruck with Obama. That's what I
Well,
always tell people. Like that wouldn't
I
even.
don't think you're starstruck with much of anyone.
The Pope is no Taylor Dane.
There's certain musicians that can,
Tickle
but,
your
yeah.
tigs.
But
tickle my tics.
So Tig,
Yeah.
a few years ago, maybe this was 10 years ago now, he had an audience with Obama. And right after he had the audience, he came out and he made a statement saying, if aliens arrive and are real, then I just want everyone to know they're under God's remit. Like they're also children of God. And it was so clear to me that he'd just been briefed that aliens are real.
That he knew they were real.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
please ask him.
Okay.
So if aliens
Okay.
come, guys, let's
And do I
know
need
we're
to
good at treating people who are different really well.
Yeah.
Can we also give that grace to aliens?
Yeah.
And do I need to learn this in Italian? I'm also Italiano.
Italiano.
Oh my God, yes, of course.
Notaro.
Oh, you're gonna need some good Italian over there.
Yeah.
Oh my
Are y'all gonna
God.
make a trip of it? We're gonna go to like some other places in Italy.
I'm just going by myself.
Oh my God.
And because I'm going to be in New York, so I'm going to go from New York over, and then okay. So the audience is at 9:30 in the morning. This is so jet setter of me. But on the same day, Rufus Wainwright, who is a friend, he is doing a performance in Paris that night.
Oh my God.
I'm going to fly from Rome to Paris on the same day to catch Rufus's show that night.
Wow, you
That's
are
cool.
a jet setter.
know.
I thought May was fancy, but now you're fancy.
That's cool.
Well, that's the premiere of Rufus's show, and he had invited me to it, and I was like, oh, I don't think I'm going to make it. And then when I got invited to go to the Vatican, I was like, how on earth is it that I have two invitations?
Yes, on the
same day, and one's
Europe.
in the morning and one is at night. I'm going to make this happen. So
Wow, that'll be cool.
And Stephanie was very much like, you gotta go. You have to go. Our whole family would have gone, but our sons were selected for club baseball travel team.
Oh,
So
cool.
they are so excited that they get to travel to other cities.
Aw.
Yeah. What,
but-
overnight? Like with a
like
chaperone?
Pomona.
Well, no, but that's the thing is it's only like an hour and a half, the cities. And Max is like, we get to travel. Yes. And it's
my
like,
God.
We're going to Bakersfield.
Yeah. Truly, it's that kind of stuff.
If you're a homeowner who doesn't want to deal with switching your home insurance, we understand. Switching can feel like a lot of work. That's why Allstate is dedicated to making finding a lower home insurance rate as easy and simple as possible.
Check Allstate first and you could save $574 on your home insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
This message is sponsored by Greenlight. As your kids get older, some things about parenting get easier, like getting the chance to sleep through the night. Other things don't, like having that conversation about money. The fact is, kids won't really know how to manage their money until they're actually in charge of it. That's where Greenlight can help.
Greenlight is a debit card and money app made for families. Parents can send money to their kids and keep an eye on kids' spending and saving, while kids and teens build money confidence and lifelong financial literacy skills. With the Greenlight app, kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely thanks to games that teach money skills in a fun, accessible way. The Greenlight app also includes a chores feature where you can set up one-time or recurring chores customized to your family's needs and reward kids with allowance for a job well done. If I had something like this as a kid, I would have been a lot more motivated to do my chores.
Millions of parents and kids are learning about money on Greenlight. It's an easy, convenient way for parents to raise financially smart kids and families to navigate life together. Sign up for Greenlight today and get your first month free when you go to greenlight.com/handsome. That's greenlight.com/handsome to try Greenlight for free. Greenlight.com/handsome.
That's amazing.
Cute.
So they're going to be in their travel tournament.
They're like, the Pope's cool and all, but we got a game.
Yeah, we got a game. And I'm only going to miss like a few of their games, so I'll be back in time to catch the rest of the tournament. But
oh, good.
When Stephanie was like, you must go.
Yeah, you gotta go. I feel like going to your
for
kids.
a beat, I did think that just getting the invitation was enough to kind of be like, oh, cool. I got invited to the Vatican, you know? Yeah. But now it's like, I'm going to seal this deal.
You're going to get an hour-long special out of this called the Pope and Me.
You imagining you with the Pope is pretty hilarious.
It's really funny.
So you would both go if you were invited to the Vatican?
Yeah, I guess I would. I mean, I guess I would. I
would go because it's just that's a very rare invite, and
for sure,
I went with my family. Went to Rome when I was a kid, and we went to the Vatican, and all I remember is being like overwhelmed by the opulence. It was like so much that it almost made me nauseous because you're like, I think they stole all this stuff, and it's like the level of gold and rich and like priceless. It was just like overwhelming, but it was pretty like wild seeing that. The famous paint, the
finger to finger.
Oh man, I can't believe that just happened to me. Finger to finger.
Fortune Marie.
I was on like a game show, like a Jeopardy style game show in England, and the question that got me voted out was, where is that painting?
Is it the Sistine Chapel?
It's the Sistine Chapel, Fortune, and I wish I'd known that. I said the cathedral in the Vatican, and they wouldn't accept that answer.
I'm pretty good at Jeopardy.
You know what I mean? That painting. That.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I went to the Vatican when I lived in Spain.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I went.
Oh boy, Fortune Spain days are coming back.
Was it a guided tour with you and a bunch of people
No,
in there?
It was me by myself, just walking around.
Oh yeah, like your little I need to make friends meetups.
Yeah, just like I'm alone traveling, so I gotta. Back then, I was like, I need to see all the things I've been reading about in school. So I was surprised at how tiny the Statue of David was.
Tiny? Is it really?
I thought it was small. Yeah.
I can't remember. Now I'm picturing like a tiny little like paperweight size.
No, I mean it's like a human size. I don't know. It just seems so massive when you see it. And then there was his wiener. I had not seen many wieners.
Fortune Marie.
So
how dare thee?
The Statue of David's wiener.
Yeah, this wiener is pretty. I don't know.
There is
like
an actual
pretty accurate.
He doesn't have like a fig leaf over it.
I can't remember.
She doesn't know the difference between a wiener or a fig leaf.
All wieners had a fig leaf on them.
Well, when the wind blows,
In your mind's eye, you saw the wiener, regardless of whether it was there.
I know some people like grew up Catholic, so they have that like gay folks have that like that gay Catholic I want as far away as possible. But I'm not growing up Catholic. I don't, I didn't dive too deep into the.
Yeah, you don't have that.
I didn't dive too deep at all.
Yeah.
But I do have family friends that are very Catholic and conservative, and I told them I was invited, and they, of course, were beside themselves and excited, and just felt like it's good to show up as a gay person.
Yeah, for sure.
Because even as Catholic and conservative as they are, there was that like you should definitely be
Yeah.
a presence there.
I
in
know.
the
I
gay
mean,
community.
Yeah, absolutely. Could you take him a handsome tea?
could you
A
take him
trucker hat.
a muscle tee?
Yeah, do you think we
A
should
fanny pack.
Do you think we should give him the one with our faces on it that says handsome, or should we give him the muscle tee that says keep it handsome?
I have a better idea. How about a propeller hat?
Oh
Because
my
doesn't he
God,
wear one
yeah.
of those little what is that little
Yeah, he wears a little
cap. I don't know
Pope
what
hat.
it's
Well, he
called.
wears a Pope hat, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
You think you could get a question from him for the pod?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my God, that would be so incredible to have
It's
a
all in
question from
Italian.
the Pope. We have no idea what he's asking us.
Oh my God.
Don't you think you three need husbands?
Do you three want to repent?
This week we have Kelly Clarkson. Next week it's the Pope, actually.
Pope Francis, after a lot of requests from our listeners,
Can
we
you
did
imagine?
finally get Pope Francis.
Next week, the Pope.
He's also with CAA, so it was easy to reach
Oh
out to
my
his
God.
team.
He's actually with Gersh now.
Hilarious.
He left CAA after the merger and was like, I'm going a little.
Well, we will be ready to hear about this journey.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
what if you come back and you're like I was deeply
Catholic.
moved and I'm fully Catholic again?
Yeah. I guess I've been wondering about that too. What if that happens?
You have to take communion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll know when you log on and you're in a robe and
I honestly don't think it's going to work
really.
on me. No.
You think you're pretty
I think I'm pretty set in my ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Wow, that's exciting. I can't
Yeah.
wait to hear about that.
well, I can't wait to hear about your treading water.
What I'd like to do is surprise you guys with footage of me treading water in your pools when you didn't know I was there.
Well, it's funny because an ex of mine years ago, we were on a road trip and her aunt lives in St. Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And she was out of town. Her aunt was out of town when we were driving through, and we had all of our camping equipment. And we decided we would just jump her fence
Oh my God.
and set up the tent in her backyard. And we
No.
took pictures of ourselves in her backyard camping. And then, of course, had to get the film developed.
Oh my
And then we mailed the pictures to her without
That's
her
so
knowing.
good.
Because that was pre Ring cameras and stuff.
That is correct.
Yeah,
So
that's amazing.
You could
Yeah.
just camp in someone's yard.
And I did. I did it.
You like sleeping in tents?
I haven't done that in years. I mean, I was probably 21.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Okay.
I think I've said it before, but I hate tents.
Me too, I gotta say. And I've probably said the opposite on this podcast before, but in this moment, I'm being real.
Did you have some experience that made you change your mind recently?
No, I want to be someone that likes it. And as a Canadian, I feel pressure
Yeah.
to be an outdoorsy, but I
You're
hate
not outdoorsy.
just waking up feeling all crusty and
like
confused.
your back's killing you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are
Wow.
we doing this?
Yeah.
Well, I think that the older I've gotten, the more I struggle with my sleep.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's rough. And I think that there's no world I would fall asleep in a tent these days.
Yeah. Do you
At
use
all.
a white noise machine?
No, I would, but the woman I'm heavily involved with cannot stand white noise.
I'm
Really?
the same. I don't like any noise.
Really?
I
Yeah.
just use earplugs.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so when I shove those in my ears, it really makes a massive difference.
Yeah. I need white noise, like it's so loud, just drowning
Yeah.
everything out.
When I was in college, I was given a room. That was when you were like given a roommate. And I've always been like very like I don't like any noises, I like it pitch dark.
Yeah.
Mhm. Same.
And you're just kind of like whoever you're assigned to, you're like that's your person.
Mhm.
And on the first night, she sits on my bed, which already we're like, whoa, this is a lot.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And she goes, I just wanted to tell you that I kind of do this thing where I hit my head on my pillow to go to sleep. And I said, what? And she's like, I hit my head on the pillow to sleep. And I'm like, okay. Like, I don't really understand what's happening. She goes, I also listen to music. I go, well, this is a lot. But
Oh my
I go,
God.
let's try it for the first night and we'll go from there. So we turn off the light. She turns on her music, like a jam box, whatever they're called, stereo thing. And I'm like, I'm like, well, this sucks because I don't want to go to sleep to music. And she lays on her bed. And she is on her side and she just starts banging her head on her pillow. Like,
no.
boom, 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 like nonstop for like 30 minutes.
Like The
And
Exorcist.
I'm holding myself in the corner like,
Poor little
who
Fortune.
is this?
You're like, welcome to college. Oh my God.
We lasted 1 week together.
And then did you kick her out or what?
She didn't like that. I was like, can you use headphones? Like, can you maybe not, give yourself a concussion every night?
Yeah.
And so she was annoyed with me. I was annoyed with her. So we both were like, yeah, we're not each other's. And so thank God she found another friend who loved to bang heads on pillows.
Yeah, found
She's
another
a headbanger.
headbanger.
Yeah. So it was mutual. She wasn't trying to stay with me either.
So you did not keep in touch.
No. She was very eccentric. She was like that, before she told me about the head banging, she was telling me about the shrine in her backyard, all of her dead cats. And I was like, cool,
oh my
cool.
Well, that's not going to help me sleep either.
We're just different.
Yeah.
But I'd never experienced anyone literally banging their head like pretty high off the ground as a way to go to sleep.
I know it's a self-soothing thing that people like will smack their foreheads or something. I wonder why. Maybe it's like in the instant that you hit yourself.
Wait, they smack their head, their forehead?
Yeah, I dated someone who did that.
Like to go to bed or just in
How
general?
have I been around for 53
Like
years
this?
and I haven't?
Yeah, like I don't think she did it as an adult, but she told me that she did it as a child a lot of, and as a teen, like a lot, like a sort of rhythmic slap. Like I guess that would be soothing because you have no thoughts in the second that you make impact with your head. But I don't know, man. The fact that this girl didn't recognize that her version of going to sleep was the abnormal version. Like
she's like, you're weird for wanting it silent.
Dark and silent.
Yeah, I've only run into, I like it this temperature. I like it this temperature.
Yeah.
Right. Because I didn't go to college. I always couldn't imagine that thing of sharing a room with someone, like having
a tiny room too.
Yeah, because you probably had your own room at home.
Yeah,
most likely.
Because that's the thing. It's like you're not in another room. You're like literally like my bed's here, your bed's here.
I know, and people are meant to be like experimenting sexually, bringing people back.
Oh, that did not happen for me.
But it's wild. You're like just
no sock was put on any door in my room.
Is that a thing? Sock on the door means?
I don't know. Back you'd always hear guys be like, "Don't come in my room if there's a sock on the door."
And that means there's
hanky panky going on, Tig.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I went to a very strict like Christian college, so like
I'm amazed the Pope didn't invite you.
It was a women's college. Guys weren't allowed in your room past like 9 p.m. during the week and midnight on the weekends. If you were caught with a guy in your room after that, you could get like expelled from school. What if you were caught with
a girl in your room? Huh?
That was a tricky thing that was brought up at one point.
Putting lotion on a girl.
There was only that I know of one out woman in the whole school, and they were all the people in her hall were like, well, that's not fair because she's got. I was like, well, that is a fair point,
Mm-hmm.
The guys couldn't be in there past the time, but she was all,
I mean, even if you're not out and you're just getting some closeted hanky panky.
Yeah, I did not get any closeted hanky panky.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I invented this, but you said, am I right that you used to play the song Leaving on a Jet Plane in the hallways of your college by yourself? It just came back to me, and
I don't know how women weren't throwing themselves at me.
I'm leaving
on a jet plane.
And
hours.
Was part of you hoping that one of these girls would hear it, the voice of an angel,
Probably.
and be like, "Who's singing that?" God,
I'm sure that my closeted deep down in my closeted brain, I was like, all these girls are walking by are gonna fall in love with me.
That is so funny.
It just was me probably annoying the shit out of people
Did
trying
you,
to
even
study.
if you weren't out and dating, were you making friends though?
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did have a lot of friends.
And were you feeling really Christian when you went to that college?
No, I mean, I didn't even really think about it being Christian. I guess because I was used to that. But now that I think about it, we did have to go to chapel as freshmen once a week.
Wow.
And and another thing was you had to go before the judiciary board at the beginning of your freshman year, and they were in black robes, and you had to go sign a book that of their rules, basically promising to not break these rules. So I guess in hindsight, yeah, it was pretty Christian.
Man, human beings, we're so weird that we just invent these rituals and this like very theatrical
Sign the code.
Yeah, we're drama queens as a species. We're just like put the robe on and sign the book.
Yeah.
Well, even just, I was talking to Stephanie about how it always blows my mind that we made up rules.
Mhm.
I know.
Like and then people break the rules that the first people made up are the rules that you have to follow, and it's like I'm making up my own rules over here.
Yeah.
Like, who cares about your rules?
The whole thing, if you start pulling that thread, it's like, what? We invented money. We invented it's so psycho. And my friends' kids are in middle school, and they said to their mom, they were like, so you want me to go and sit at a desk for 8 hours a day, and I'm like 12. And she was like, yeah, I guess. Like she was like, yeah, that is pretty fucked. Like, but it's like, do you want to be the parent that is
goes
like
against the grain?
I know, and then you're worried your kid's not going to fit in because you're going to put them in some weird alternative school. But it's like, it is crazy because you're just training them to be part of the system. Like,
but it just blows my mind that the original rules. Them's the rules.
Them's the rules.
Yeah. And it's like, why can't I just be over here making up my own them's
and that's
the
what they
rules?
say when you want to break them. Them's the rules.
Them's the rules. Well, should we
Yes.
Yeah, let's get to our question.
Okay.
Today's questioner is an actress, comedian, writer, and producer known for playing Kelly on The Office and Dr. Mindy on The Mindy Project, which I also had the pleasure of being on that show with Mindy. She has created so many TV shows since. Never Have I Ever, The Sex Lives of College Girls. She's got one right now going on Netflix. I mean, she's killing it. But
she's on fire.
She's on fire. I've always been appreciative too because she is truly who got my acting career started in a big way.
That's so nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I had left Chelsea lately and I had done a couple of pilots. I sold my own pilot, and one of the we were filming the pilot for ABC, and one of the writers, Lang Fisher, who she does Sex Lives of College Girls with, or no, she does Never Have I Ever with Lang, and she was doing punch ups, and she told Mindy, like, you got to check this girl Fortune out. And it was supposed to be a 3-episode guest star, and it turned into a 3-season series regular gig.
Oh man,
nice.
And it taught me all the things, about acting, and really, helped get me on my way.
That's so nice.
And there you are in Toronto with
and I worked with her like 4 other times since.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working with her now. I don't know if it's announced yet, but I am working with her on something.
I love it. So cool. Well, let's hear Mindy's question.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Mindy Kaling, and here is my question for Handsome. What is something that is undeniably schmaltzy and even a little embarrassing, but that makes you cry no matter what?
Schmaltzy, like corny, right? Oh yeah, I like this question. I got yeah. Do you guys cry easily at things like at movies and TV shows?
Not easily. Just I don't go crying to cry, but if I'm like exhausted and overworked, I will cry like out of nowhere for no reason.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Good to know.
I feel like I'm just average crier. I don't think I'm hard to break,
Yeah.
but I don't think I'm
Weepy at commercials and stuff.
No.
Yeah. I think my emotions are pretty easy to manipulate. Like,
oh yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I think all the parts where you're supposed to cry, I'm crying.
Yeah.
You
I'll
know?
sob on a plane watching a movie where like someone dies.
I read that on
Tears
planes
down the face.
Yeah, it's because of the lack of oxygen people cry more. Seriously, I read that. Yeah.
I have been embarrassed on planes many a times just sobbing.
Yeah, me too.
I have not. Maybe I am more of a hard ass. But I also actually don't really watch things on planes either.
Right.
So maybe I would be crying. Oh, actually, one of my favorite things, I'm going off the topic slightly.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting next to this elderly couple on a flight, and the woman was watching a movie, and the husband did not want to watch.
Yeah.
And then he continued to interrupt her.
Oh
and
my
be like,
God.
What's happening there?
Oh,
Who's
no.
this?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Didn't have the earphone. She'd be like, what? And he'd be like, who's that? What are they doing?
Oh no.
And she'd be like, that's and they stole the money and they're going to the blah, blah, blah.
Oh
and I mean,
God.
it was so hilarious.
So the things that are popping into my head are anytime Tom Cruise cries in a movie, I cry with him. And there's something about when his eyes, so Jerry Maguire, end of Jerry Maguire, I'm crying. When he comes in, I'm looking for my wife. I'm dead. You complete me. We live in a cynical world. I'm with him crying. And then also in Magnolia.
See, I thought they didn't know each other well enough to be having that kind of level of chat.
That's a
Way
great
to ruin it,
point.
Fortune.
But they're, what do you mean? They're married.
I know, but I feel like they didn't really know each other that well.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. And then also the classic Matt Damon, It's Not Your Fault in Good Will Hunting, when Robin Williams says, it's not your fault.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
I think it's when men cry. When men cry. But yeah, I lose it.
See, a lot of people are very repelled by men crying.
Really?
You know?
Which is wild.
Yeah.
Men should be able to cry.
Agree. I've just heard of people being like
they're like, what a pussy.
I don't want to see a man cry.
What?
Yeah.
I thought that was a myth, like that men were like, oh, I can't cry because people will think I'm weak, and women loved when men cry. I mean, there's nothing better.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I think lesbians maybe like when men cry.
they love it when men are on their knees crying.
Yeah. Take that, Mr. Guy. I don't know. Do straight women are the ones repelled by it or into it?
I don't know. I don't want to propagate this.
I've heard it from both. I've heard it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I feel like I cry at music a little more. I remember, I still cry. Okay. Stephanie and I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast, but Stephanie and I walked down the aisle to John Denver's song, Sunshine on My Shoulder.
Sunshine
Yes.
on my shoulders makes me happy.
Yes, that's the one.
Take you back?
Yes. And I feel like he and his music is considered a little schmaltzy. But one day it just hit me because there's a line in that song, if I could give you a day just like today, if I could give you anything or something, I can't remember the words, but it's basically, I would give you a day just like today.
Yeah.
And that line made me think of a wedding.
Yeah.
And then it says sunshine on the water.
Yeah.
Makes me happy. And we got married. We were going to get married on the beach in my hometown. And so I just thought,
that's perfect.
Yeah. And so that song, when I started to tell her about it, and she wasn't familiar with it, I started crying, and I was not expecting that.
Just talking about the song.
Just telling her about it, because I was just picturing it. And then she was crying, not even hearing the song.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So she listened to it, and then we had a legit boohoo together. And then to this day, when I hear that song, whenever she and I both hear that song,
It gets you.
Oh my God, it kills us.
Have you ever seen the footage of Led Zeppelin at the Kennedy Center Honors, and Heart is playing Stairway to Heaven, and
I have
that's
seen that.
incredible performance.
Yes.
And they're all in the audience watching, and they start crying. Like Robert Plant is like putting his finger on his face to stop him crying, and that gets me, because I'm just like, they're looking at their legacy and what they did, and the choir comes in, and
I'm tearing up right now.
I get goosebumps.
I saw her at the Kennedy Center Honors quite a bit.
Yeah. It's a good
like
one.
Such a lifetime achievement thing.
Yeah, Beyonce doing Proud Mary. That's pretty fucking great.
Yeah.
With Tina Turner watching. Yeah.
Oh, Tina Turner. Man.
Barbara Streisand, Oh My Man, at the end of Funny Girl, when she comes out on stage, and that gets me. That makes me cry.
Yeah.
And that's pretty corny. That's like, because she has that little break in her voice. She goes, "Oh my man, I love him so." Like that. I do it at karaoke, and it weirds people out. You'll never know.
There's this moment in, did you know that movie Mask that had Cher?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I only know The Mask with Jim Carrey. And I was like, really? What part makes you?
It's devastating.
Mask.
And it's so great. Oh my God. It's from the 80s. So Cher's son goes off to summer camp, and he has this medical condition. You can, watch the movie, but they're so close.
Yeah.
She's a single mom, and she's so close to her son. And it's the first time that he's going away and that she's not going to be with him. And he's a teenager, and she's, and she's not very educated, and a biker. And she's just trying to write him a letter, and she's sobbing to herself just while she's just trying to write this letter. And she's really, I don't think she can really write very well even. And then her boyfriend comes over, and he's like, what do you want me? Here, let me help you. And he goes to write it. And when she starts crying, and she's like, "Mommy misses you," and "Mommy, blah, 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 blah." And when he looks up at her, he just stops writing, like in this like beautiful way of like, he can't capture all that she's just pouring out of her heart and soul. And then
I got
just
goosebumps.
like holds her. And I mean, I used to struggle to even
think about
describe that scene.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it
me
right after this.
It's such a great movie, and I think the soundtrack is Bob Seger.
Oh, cool.
Yes, so cool.
Yeah,
so cool.
Fortune, is there anything that you could watch right now that would make you cry?
I, without fail, anytime there's a movie where someone's dying of cancer, fucking
that gets you.
I start sobbing. I think it stems from my grandmother dying of cancer, and being in that experience with her of watching her deteriorate and seeing it take the life from her, and what that experience was. And when you know someone's dying, you face it and talk about it. And like, we had someone like play songs for her, which would be at her funeral, like you're forced to look at death in a very real way.
Yeah.
And ever since then, anyone that's dying of cancer in a show, I will like more so back in the day. Like now I'll cry. I used to like heave crying, like
Yeah.
And now I cry. But like even like Still Magnolias, like when someone dies like too
Terms
young,
of Endearment.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I mean,
isn't that the power of
Finding Neverland? Even that.
Oh,
I'm just
fuck,
like,
yeah. That's like the power of art, though. Like, because we need to cry like that. Sometimes you can't even do it when the person is in your life dying, and then you see the movie and it triggers something, and you can let all that out.
It'll just get any. Or even if it's not cancer, anyone dying, like they know they're dying, and you're watching the process of the family grieving, like any of that stuff, just like it kills me.
Yeah.
This is on topic, but off topic, but on topic. Are you guys? I mean, I think you're familiar with Andrea Gibson.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah, the
poet,
poet.
Yeah, the
yes.
Yeah,
poet,
yeah, yeah.
who's an old friend of mine, and Andrea's just blowing people's minds the way that they're handling a stage 4 cancer diagnosis right
Just
now.
writing and sharing and
Just
post. Yeah,
and like mind blowing, sort
Yeah.
of facing mortality. I can't express enough to people that
Yeah.
they need to check out Andrea.
that is really heroic. There's like a Thomas Hardy poem that says, "Teach me to live that I may dread the grave as little as my bed. Teach me to die." And it's like, yeah, I want to dread death as much as I dread like going to sleep every night, and I want to look at it in the eye. I love that we're supposed to be talking about schmaltzy, corny things that make us
Right, and this
I
is
know,
not
like, that's pretty
schmaltzy at all.
heavy.
Yeah, at all.
Well, I mean, this is kind of cheesy in that it's like so unnecessary, but I think I've said this before, but sometimes Jackson and I out of nowhere will just like think about our dog Biggie dying at
you've
some
talked
point.
about
Oh
that.
yeah,
And I'll
just
start crying, and I'm like, "What am I doing?
Why are you doing
I
that to
can't
yourself?"
live life just looking at him like TikTok."
Oh my God. Well,
God.
this is my first relationship. I don't think Parv will mind me saying this. My first relationship where like multiple times we've just burst into tears about like how much we love each other and like how
Yeah.
Aw.
how like grateful we are to
Yeah.
but that is new for me. I'm like, I'm gotta be a cool cowboy. And I'm like,
I
oh
know.
God.
I think we all feel that way about our
About Parvati, yeah.
significant. Well, we're all no. I just mean like we all feel that level
Yeah.
of nobody's in a relationship that they don't want to be in.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine
which
if one
is
of us
nice.
was, and all the
Oh,
times that we talk about
guys.
our relationships, if one of us was like, yeah, it's,
Yeah,
you know.
it's fine.
They're okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys cry when you decided to get married? Like,
Oh my God!
were you a
did.
mess? Oh,
oh
dang.
my
Jackson and I
God!
didn't cry.
Oh my God!
You guys are cool.
But we got married in the pandemic and had
Yeah.
like 4 friends there. You know, it was like the officiant was a stranger in a mask. It just was like different times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stranger in a mask.
It was. It was a girl from I think Russia who we just hired from like one of those same day marriage places,
I
and she
thought-
was like, "Do your jacks take
Oh
fortune?
my God.
Do your jacks?"
Oh, like a, I thought you meant like a mail order officiant.
No, it was like, and I made the mistake of. Did I tell you guys this?
No.
Where I made the mistake of like they have like a script, and I was like, let me use this up a little bit, but like how I would, say it, not
Yeah.
thinking like this is not a performer. She's Russian. She doesn't know us, and I had the poem. I can't remember. It's like may your God, may the sun rise above you. I can't remember. It's one of those like poetic things, and she's like, may the sun rise above
Oh my
you. May
God.
the clouds.
You should have gotten Andrea Gibson.
Yes. Do you have a video of all
It was
that?
slim. I'm sure I do. It was slim pickings because this was like thick of COVID.
You actually could have gotten me. I'm certified to do weddings.
But you might not have wanted to venture out. This is when people were not really.
I would have
there.
done it
Oh,
because
you're so
I
brave.
had been praying, bringing it back to Catholicism, been praying for your love.
That's right. But so it kind of took the like crying part out of. We kind of were like, what's happening? May the potatoes grow.
Is at the end of the and may the potatoes grow.
May the firstborn be blessed.
Oh my God.
Not the second born.
And may Biggie have a blast.
Biggie was our ring bearer, and we got married in a like a patio or a deck at a house in Malibu, and Jax put the ring on it, like tied it to him, and he walked out to us and immediately shook.
No.
The ring almost flew out into the water.
That's hilarious. Oh, Biggie.
So yeah, we weren't like it was hard to get like the emotions super charged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Stephanie and I were so emotional when we got married, and we're still so emotional when we talk about our wedding.
Yeah.
Or when music from our wedding comes on. We also played this once we were finished with the ceremony and we were leaving. We played this Bob Dylan song called "You Changed My Life," and it's so like celebratory and full band type Dylan tune.
Yeah.
And it's funny because at the reception we were choosing what songs we wanted the band to play, and one of the options was Journey's "Don't Stop Believin'." And I was like, oh, you gotta have that. And Stephanie was like, oh, I can't stand that song. And I was like, you don't like Journey's "Don't Stop Believin'"? And so we went back and forth, and I was like, well, let's just have, everybody loves you. You're the odd one out here.
Yeah.
And so we did do that, and the people that organized our wedding brought out the sparklers during "Don't Stop Believing," and it actually made the song more magical.
Yes.
And then now Stephanie loves that song because of our wedding. And Max and Finn, they heard that song maybe a year ago, and we said that it was played at our wedding.
Yeah.
They love it so much, and they love that it was played at our wedding.
That's cool.
That's
So
nice.
that song that was like a point of contention when we were trying to plan our wedding has now become so massive.
You guys invited me to your wedding. I don't know if it was on purpose.
Probably. We went really wide.
I couldn't go. It was working.
Yeah. I don't remember inviting you, but I believe that we did because we were just like, let's go so wide.
Yes. One thing that really gets me is on Survivor, on Parvati's first season, actually on any season that she did, they have like a loved ones visit, and it's now that I know her, and we watched this with her parents and her daughter. We showed like the loved ones visit, and it got me because Parvati's like 23, she's starving, she's just sliced her finger in half with a machete, and it's like all bandaged up, and she's like emaciated, and then they're like, guys, you final 6, we got your loved ones coming. And then her little dad comes out on the beach, and she's so stoic and cool and kind of cool girl that, you know, she's so young, and then she sees him and both of their eyes fill with tears, and just seeing that hug between them of him being so proud of her, and then they win the challenge, which helps, but I lose it at that. Yeah.
Aww.
And could you have almost lost it
just now? Yes.
Yeah.
Can you tell? I was
yeah. Jackson and I will be eating sometime, and I'll think of some kind of memory or something special, or sometimes I'll reflect on like the journey of this business or something, and my eyes will well up, and I'll look at. She's not like sentimental in that way, and I'm like welling up, and I just point at myself.
You just point at your eyes.
She's like, what's wrong with you?
You're like, I'm thinking the journey of this business.
And when you say journey of this business, like that it's hard?
Yeah, like I got here with like $25 in my pocket. I'm from a tiny town, you know, like the odds of making it were not in my favor. And if I'll have like some kind of thing that I accomplished that never seemed possible, if I take that second to sort of reflect on it, I'll just be like pointing at my eyes like, look, oh my God.
That's so nice.
And she's like, pull it together.
Yeah. She's like, okay.
Should we hear the answer to Mindy's question?
Yes, please.
My answer to this question of what is very schmaltzy, a little embarrassing, but that makes me cry, is the song Coming to America by Neil Diamond. Because when my parents became citizens, and they pledged allegiance and took their oath as citizens, when they finished at the courthouse in Massachusetts, they then played the song Coming to America. And whenever I listen to it, it makes me cry. Even though it's, I would say, objectively a little bit goofy, that song. I love it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, it is a goofy song, but in the right context, it does feel
has a lot of meaning.
Yeah, electrifying.
Yeah.
I've never heard that song. I'm adding it to the list. I got Mask with
You haven't
Cher.
heard Coming to America?
No, and I got Sunshine on My Shoulder. I'm about to have a weep today.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, well, when you listen to Sunshine on My Shoulder, picture me and Stephanie walking to each other.
Can you send me a wedding photo so I can just stare at it while I listen?
Yeah. And you know what's funny is our wedding photo, my cousin is marrying us, and his pants behind me make it look like I have like swashbuckler boots on. It's so fun. Here, I have to show you this. Hold on. Can you see how it looks like?
Oh, yeah.
I have,
oh my God. Yeah, it looks like you're wearing like Puss in Boots.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like Zorro boots.
Yes.
That's such a nice picture though.
It is nice. And people are always like, what's with those boots?
Well, what a podcast.
What a podcast. Look at us talking about being emotional.
Yes,
I know.
I think it's good to have a little cry here and there, even if it's cheesy.
Well, there's got to be like a biological reason why we cry. It's got to be good for us.
To release.
Yeah, like to release those salty.
What if there was absolutely no reason?
That's possible too. It was just a flaw.
And for our male listeners, you cry as much as you want.
Yeah, girl.
No judgment here.
And film it and send it to me. Film it and send it to me so I can
point at your eyes with the tears and show us. That's what I do. I point at my face.
Okay.
So I don't really have anything much to plug in terms of live shows. You can always get my book or check out my special SAP on Netflix. But what do you guys have coming up?
Hello Again on Prime Video, and I also have shows on my website, tignotaro.com. Very sporadically doing shows in Los Angeles and around the country. So come on out.
I have 2 shows left. That's it. And then my tour is over. One is in Niagara Falls, New York at the casino out there, July 27th. And then Charlestown, West Virginia, August 10th at the Hollywood Casino. And I got some specials on Netflix. Check them out if you're wanting a chuckle as well.
If you're jonesing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got other specials too. I mean, whatever.
I got
them on.
There are things out there that you can watch.
Different networks.
And check us out if you enjoy our podcast on our audio. Don't forget, we also are on YouTube. Go to our YouTube
check
page.
it out. You can see Fortune imitating the girl trying to fall asleep by banging her head. Check out YouTube and check out handsomepod.com for merch and gear if you want to support the pod and rock the gear out in public. And so people go, what the hell is that you're wearing?
Yeah. And how do I get it?
And how do I get my hands on it? Yeah.
Tig told us that our very first guest ever, Sarah Silverman,
is wearing a handsome hat?
She's rocking a handsome hat.
She sent me a text and was like, look what I wear every day. This is my day in, day out. And I said,
shut up.
Did May give that to you? And she said, no, I bought it.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's
like,
so cool.
And it looks so cool on her. She said, take a picture.
Wait, we got to post that.
It's the handsome hat with the rainbow across.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah.
She should rock a little cowboy one too, or Rory could.
And she's in Handsome History, our first guest ever.
Yeah.
Handsome Herstory.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, guys, this has been great.
It's been a good one.
But all that remains until next time.
Keep it handsome. Home shopping season is upon us, whether you're buying a new home or are an existing homeowner. Wow, let me start over. Home shopping season is upon us. Whether you're buying a new home or an existing homeowner, you're going to want the best rate for your home insurance. With Allstate, saving is easy, and switching from an existing plan is simple and quick. Home insurance doesn't have to be a headache.
Check Allstate first, and you could save $574 on your home insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.